Trước nam cơ sinh This is about spiritual maturity, like especially in the West. In the Tibetan tradition, like a traditional Tibetan circumstances or environment, and this kind of question may not have occurred, and have so much devotion to teacher and lineage and just practice, but not thinking too much about the thing. But we are living in a modern culture and have a lot of question, doubt, overwhelming feeling. What is it? What's the most important thing? Give me right things. Give me right medicine. I kind of remember the one video His Holiness was teaching to the Westerner in Los Angeles or somewhere, and one Western students asked, "What's the quickest way to attain enlightenment or become free from suffering? Tell me what is it, I will practice." Then a few moments, he covered his robe, and I could see he was sobbing, he was crying. And then, of course, His Holiness recovered and then continued the teaching. Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you the interpretation of that. Also, I was sharing great masters with overwhelmed compassion toward all beings, freedom and happiness of all beings. This altruistic intention, so strong. Engaged Tantra, and no matter how hard, they are kicked out of Tibet. When I look at my teacher's life, didn't have a house and selling sweater in cold India in winter to make a living because Dampa was doing that. Yeah, anyway, my point is not about just telling you this story. Point is to discover what's important is depends on your spiritual maturity again. That's why you joined, or you have a community, you have a teaching, and you have a place to start the journey, so to speak. This is the exploration and discovery, not something asking teacher to tell you that this is right practice, you do it, or something. Each of us have a unique expression, and we have a different karmic traits. So Dakini's whisper is tailored for each individuality, so to speak. Maybe Luis may say a few words about what's happening right now. We are really trying to restructure these three streams and 5 levels so that people do not feel so overwhelmed. We can look at the map. Each stream can lead to the ocean of awakening. Those things might help us, modern practitioners. We want to have a map, right? Then we went to this place. We visited this place. Now we need to go this place. So like this, check off like that. So the roadmap. Each of us will start learning all this doubt and sense of overwhelming. That's also part of the process of this journey. Of course, myself, when I export to Tibetan tradition, so much to learn, but I have some kind of enthusiasm or kind of guts feeling. This is it. This leads me to freedom of self and others. I have this some kind of conviction, and that conviction will develop through our practice, going on a journey. So trust that.
We have such a rich library of Kandrola's tireless teaching in video, in audio, and in books. And it comes to points that a lot of people, including myself, 2 years ago, were like, what's happening? Like so many different things. And you flip from page to page on the website, say, what are they about? I don't know tantric practice much, right? And I think a few more people are a bit confused, and also you want to learn so much, and so where do I start, or what is this relate to that? I asked Kandrola to draw up something to say, what do you want to deliver to us? What do you have? Can you make it a package? And then when she was flying to Japan, she drew a circle on the flight. On the plane, she drew 3 circles. And the 3 circles, you can do it alone or combining together. And also we subsequently break it down into 5 levels. The 3 circles are Chur and Dakini Lamrim. It's not the traditional Lamrim. It's very contemporary fusion Lamrim. And then the subtle body training, because we awaken in this body. So the body is very important. That's quite exclusive in Dakini Whisper in the training. And for that, we break into 5 levels. You know, when you take a course or join an event, you can go back to this level charts and say, hey, I did this one. Tick, you checked it off. Of course, if you like join for a 7 pay, for example, some chair practice, you have to get familiarized with the melodies and join the group practice. Then you can check it off, say, I did it. But after a while, you can see what are you doing in these 3 streams, the chair, so the body training, and Dakini Lamrim. So you know where you are. Oh, suddenly you have a baby and need a break for 2 years, 3 years. And when you come back, you can still look at the chart and say, hey, I can come back to here. I can go back to there because I know which I have ticked off and where I can refill it. Also, very importantly is when we look at the charts, I think I can get more complete from Kandrola. What does she want me to learn? Say, oh, I really love singing, so I do a lot of chair, but I don't like to move, so I don't join the subtle body training. So that's not what she meant for me to practice, to get to some like get something, right? So for looking at the charts, I know, oh, I should do some subtle body training. I should do some mastery course in the e-learning. Then I know that's what she wants to deliver. So this chart is kind of have a better overview for students and also can use our resources in a better, more efficient way because our resources are so many videos. You just don't know which one you should look. So the chart is just kind of mapping it out. You want a map. The chart is what the ancient masters get enlightened from this path, the 3 streams. And we did it level because we like to see level. We like to see, grade 1, grade 2, and grade 12 to graduate. You want to see that. And also we offer certification. It's not the matter of a paper. It's not that, but you did it. Like it is some little incentive, but we want to make it more concrete for students to know a goal, to know the road instead of getting lost and do another the 16th lifetime, 16,000. Yeah, that's about the 3 streams and 5 levels.
I just want to add, each of you join the journey, the Dakini's Whisper, take responsibility for the next generation. I'm not gonna stay here forever, as you can see. I'm maybe one of the oldest one here. Going through these 5 levels, each mature on this specific journey, for example, Cho Mastery journey, then complete the lineage practice, and then realization, hopefully, or at least experience some kind of taste of the each practice, then receive the Cho lineage hat when you complete the level 4, then the level 5, if you complete, maybe lineage road with certificate. So it's not about only you, about the lineage, preservation of this lineage and this tradition, and carry that to the future. So that's also expression of bodhicitta we are talking about, working for others. So that's not only for our own self-gratifying process. So if you think that way as well.
It makes you feel like it's doable. Oh, I can do that. Oh, I can do that. Exactly. I remember Kandrola once said, you walk your path all by yourself. You do it all by yourself, but we're doing it together. And it's important to walk your path with the Sangha. And the more I'm with Dakini Whisper, the more I feel the necessity of having a group of Sangha and do it together.
링아 대월시라 자자다